Hello again and welcome to another Mordy and Glory Old World Battle Report. That's right, once again we return to the World of Legend and we shall be battling it out with our two armies today. It is going to be the forces of the Empire versus the Night Goblins. And joining me for what should be another epic clash of armies is my ever boingy partner in crime. It is Boingy Simon. And that is what he's known as on the street corners.
I've been promoted.
3 fungus mushroom brews later and he's boinging all over the place. Simon, you have brought your Night Goblins down today. Your Gloomspike Gits, which have
been repurposed
into the true game, the superior game. There we go. Of Old World. Now you've actually had these Night Goblins for a little while now, haven't you? Not been able to get much mileage out of them in Sigmar in the last few.
It's not really taken off at the club. So.
Not really taken off, unfortunately. But at least now you were thinking of selling them, and I was like, no, don't sell them. We'll use them in a battle report. And it means we've actually got. I don't mean to alarm anyone, but in the last 2 weeks since the other battle report that we did, we have gone from having 2 completely unpainted armies to 2 completely painted 1250 point forces. We're not quite at 100% readiness though. They are all painted, of course. There are some round bases and we're still a little bit light in the movement trade department. But I think, Simon, that it's already looking like a big improvement.
Well, yes.
That should be good. And hopefully that means for you guys watching at home, for your viewing pleasure, this battle will be a big step up. And hopefully you can see that we are going in the right direction. And we are going to be taking Old World seriously and doing lots of cool battle reports with it. But with all of that said, and I hope you guys can see how excited I am for this battle report, let's head over to the 2 armies and the 2 army lists that shall be battling it out today. And here we have 1250 points of the Empire. This is my mercenary company known as Vossenberg's Vagabonds. And I'm really excited to use them on the tabletop. I have been furiously painting since our last bat rep. And I have now got 1250 points fully painted, ready to rock and roll. I'm really excited. Every time I get the Empire troops out and I start ranking them up, I'm just really... it just feels right, Simon. The more I keep doing it, the more right it feels.
So you're getting more and more worrying this the more you speak, to be fair.
I'm not going to lie, there's definitely a sexual element to it. Definitely need to collect some Slaneshi Warriors of Chaos. So, we shall start off, of course, with the Infantry Corps. Every day in the Corps is like a day on the farm. And we have got 2 big units of Empire melee state troops, and they are both big blocks of spearmen. We've got 29 spearmen in each unit, and we have got light armor, shields, spears, and full command. These are just regular state troops. We've not gone for any veterans today. Leading each one of these units will be a character, and we'll get into those in just a moment. We've then got to support these fine, valiant warriors, these sons of the Empire. Well, not so much, they are mercenaries. Yeah, they fight for coin. We have got some long-range troops. We've got 2 units of Empire archers. We've got a unit of 10, and they are going to be adopting a skirmish formation today. And then we've got a unit of 9, which is going to be led by another character, and they will be adopting an open order formation. That's just to give me a little bit of long range. I've used archers in a couple of games now, and they're fine. They fire a few arrows, they plink a few wounds off, but they're not going to be bringing down trolls and giants single-handedly, but they can take a few models off, get rid of a rank bonus, that kind of thing. So they're all right. Mostly, I feel like this unit's going to be a character bunker for my mage, and this unit's going to be a bit of a screening speed bump unit. But in terms of the real firepower, the big boom boom, we have got 2 Empire Great Cannons. And let me tell you, Simon, cannons are indeed great. I've used them in 1 game, and yeah, they misfired quite a lot. There was a bit of misfiring going on, but they did consistently do quite a lot of damage. And they're not overpowered, but if they hit a unit, they'll kill 3 or 4 goblins at a time, or they'll take out a rank of guys, not a full rank, sort of a column of guys at a time. They are, if you can get the hits on, they are quite good. I haven't got an engineer with them though today, so if they do misfire, we may see some catastrophic black powder explosions.
That'd be nice.
Or maybe they'll just won't fire for a turn or two. But yeah. So 2 cannons, 2 blocks of state troops, and 2 blocks of militia archers. We've then got the characters, and we'll start off with the general of the force, and that is going to be our man here, wearing the very shiny hat and with the big blue great sword. This is going to be the leader of the force. Now, Vossenberg himself is not here today. This is only a small detachment. He's dispatched just a company, he's subcontracted, as it were, a company of his men out for this battle, and he has left it in the capable hands of his trusted lieutenant, Jazal Dan Luther. This is a rather foppish officer. I've created backstories for everyone, by the way.
You're just telling me how busy you were. I'm not buying into this.
This is where all the time went. This is where all the time went. So Jazal Dan Luther, he's a rather foppish officer, a little bit arrogant. He is an exiled son of Bretonia, and he's found his employ with Vossenberg's vagabonds, because they'll take anyone in as long as you're a good fighter and you can earn your pay. That's fine. Now he will be a general of the empire, so he's pretty chunky, and he is going to have the Sword of Battle, which gives him extra attacks and extra strength. It's a pretty good piece of kit, and he's also going to have full plate armor. I like to think that this giant gold hat represents the full plate armor very accurately on the model.
Very splendid hat that is.
He's also got the white cloak, which gives him a 5% vulnerable save. He gets like a 3% vulnerable save against like some attacks, but I don't think you've got any shooting in your army. So yeah, it's a 5% vulnerable save for this battle. And so yeah, full plate, shield, Sword of Battle, and he's got the white cloak. We've then got our second character, which is going to be our BSB, and this is going to be Bremerdan Gorst. Yeah, see, these are all names from a series, and if you get the reference, please let us know down below in the comment section. Bremerdan Gorst, trusty sidekick to Jazal. He is the battle standard bearer, and he is going to be equipped with full plate armor, shield. He's got the war banner, and he's also got the Sword of Might. And he's got the enchanted shield, I should say. So he will have a 3+ save and a 6+ ward save.
They ran out of inspiration when they started naming these magical items, didn't they? The Sword of Might, the Sword of Battle.
These are just common magical items.
How are they?
Yes, because all the Empire ones are massively overcosted and massively undergood.
Well, fair enough.
So, also, I don't really want to know how a mercenary captain got his hands on a rune fang, which would be a bit controversial, to say the least. And then finally, we have got our level 2 mage, and this is the sorceress Pharaoh. Now, we don't know where she is from. Some say she's an exiled damsel who was kicked out. Some say she is an untrained witch who has decided to throw a lot in with the Empire or earn a bit of money for her skills. All we know is that she definitely dabbles in some dark magic, because she's going to be a level 2 wizard with a power scroll. We're not going for any dispel shit today, Simon. It's like all power all the way. And we're going to be taking spells from demonology. That's pretty... She's definitely not a good guy. Definitely not. The colleges of magic aren't a thing right now, so all the human wizards are just dabbling in dodgy shit, basically. So that's what we've got. We've got 3 characters, 1 general, 1 BSB, 1 level 2 mage. We've got a bunch of archers, a bunch of spearmen, and a bunch of cannons. Yeah, I think it's a fairly well balanced force. The one issue I would say is it does lack some strength in the sort of regular attacks. With us going heavy on spearmen, obviously we're going to be rocking a lot of strength 3 attacks. But I'm hoping that the characters in there, between the Sword of Might and the Sword of Battle, that'll give us a bit more punch. And I'm hoping also that really the strength, like 10 cannons, are going to be slinging shots into things and blowing them up. But we shall see. That is my 1250 points. I'm pretty excited to run it. let's go over and see what they're facing off against today. And here we have 12 50 points of the sneaky stabbers, the night goblins. Simon has saved my bacon and has brought down his night goblins, which, whilst they are on the ultimate heresy of round bases, they are fully painted and they look really, really good. So we've actually got two fully painted armies today.
Yeah.
Sans the movement trays, of course, but that's we thought the models would probably be better to get them painted over the trays. We can get those sorted out at a later date. But 12 50 points, Simon, and I hear that you are the most experienced Night Goblin boss out there.
Or my 3-4 games of Sigmar.
3-4 games of Sigmar and 1 game of Old World in which you fought against the goblins, not with them. Well, don't worry, Simon. We've taken a look at the models that you brought over and we've built you a list that I think should be fun and flavourful and have a bit of power as well. So we'll start off, as is only natural, with the Gobbo core.
Yeah.
And we've got 2 big units of roughly 40 Night Goblins. A couple missing from each unit to make way for the characters. I think one's 38 and one's 39.
Well, they were 32 until 5 minutes ago. Then we realised we couldn't count.
We've done 8x4 and then 8x5. Yeah, so we've got 2 big units of Night Goblins, and these are the cream of the crop. They are the premier Night Goblins, because not only have they got spears, they've also got bloody shields.
I know, yeah.
4 points per model, mate.
4? Jesus.
4 points. It's still cheaper than mine. I paid 7 points per state troop. Jeez Louise. So we've got lots and lots of Goblins today. 2 big blocks of roughly 40 when you include the characters. This is kind of a lesson that we kind of learnt from our last game, where 20-man units of infantry really didn't do very much. They didn't really have the numbers to take casualties. They didn't really have the volume of attacks to do damage, and they didn't really have the ranks to get a good rank bonus. So going into these, we've both gone to bigger units this time. I've got my blocks of 30 rather than 20, and you've got your big blocks of 40 rather than 30. Now, each one of these Night Goblin units has been upgraded with nets, so I look forward to entangling yourself thoroughly.
Undoubtedly.
Yeah. For those that don't know, nets, when you're in combat, you roll a dice, and on a 2+, you entangle the enemy unit. On a 1, your netters entangle yourselves. And whichever unit got entangled is -1 strength, which is actually quite a big deal, considering that I'm only strength 3 on my spearmen. So I could end up wounding goblins on 5s, which is...
Said no one ever.
Said no one ever. It makes me really... I'm really starting to lean towards these halberdiers, Simon. I feel like these halberdiers are pretty good. So we've got 2 units of Night Goblins with netters, spears, shields, and of course... we've gone for some fanatics. Simon has got 3 fanatics in each unit. That is going to be brutal. I think...
I wanted 5.
Sadly can't get 5.
Stupid game.
Sadly... You just need to take another pick of Night Goblins, Simon.
Well, that could be the next one.
You've got 100. We've only used like sort of 80 of them today. We could easily go for 3 units of 30. Night Gobbo, fanatics, and netters at each one. It could be a thing. But yeah, fanatics I think are going to be a big factor in this game because it's relatively low points. And so either they're going to swing into my state troops and obliterate them, or they're going to swing into your Night Goblins and obliterate them. But someone is going to get obliterated by the fanatics, there's no doubt. They definitely... what I like about fanatics is they add a lot of punch to what is otherwise quite an unpunchy unit. Speaking of punchy stuff though, we've got the squigs. We've got the bouncy boys and we've got the bitey boys. So in the bitey boys, we've got a squig herd with 7 squigs, and then you've got 3 herders in there as well. And then on the bouncy boys, we have got 8 squig hoppers, and we've gone for cavalry spears and light armor. Again, this is the heavy Gobbo cavalry corps. When I run my Wolf Riders, that was very much the light core. I didn't have any armor or anything on them. But yeah, getting light armor and having cavalry spears means that on the charge, you'll actually be quite pokey. Quite good. And then speaking of bitey, oh my god. I will be facing for the first time ever in my 25 years of playing Warhammer. Bear in mind, that does go back to when I was 5. I didn't know what I was doing. So it sounds more impressive than it is. A Mangler Squig. Now, when I collected Gobbos, these weren't a thing. Biggest thing I could get was trolls and giants. And the giants are the size of the trolls are today, and the trolls are the size the Chaos Warriors are today. So scale creep is definitely a thing.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But this Mangler Squig, it's 95 points. I haven't looked at its stats, but looking at its model, 95 points seems... It's cheaper than a cannon. it's like 30 points cheaper than a cannon.
I think my whole army's probably going to do more damage to me than it is you generally.
I do hope so. That is the Gobbo way. It doesn't matter who gets killed as long as things are going off and mad stuff is happening. So that's all of your units. We then, of course, have got the characters. Now we've got a Night Goblin war boss here. Now, Simon, I'd ask you to come up with a name for him. Have you come up with a name?
Yeah, Snick Snack.
Snick Snack!
Yeah.
I love it. I thought you were going to be typical Simon and go, Steve. I thought we were going to do Nigel the Nightbringer. Snick Snack. All right, I'm fully leading into this now. So we have got Night Goblin war boss Snick Snack. He is equipped with the armor of meteoric iron. He's clearly looted that from someone, giving him a 5+ save, which 5 up. It's heavy armor, but it can't be modified.
Yeah.
So I think that means he always gets a 5 up.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good.
It's a bit like Nigel, is it? Nigel is feel no pain.
He's also got this giant mega scythe thing, which I'm using to represent the battle axe of the last war. And we saw what that did in our last battle report. It single-handedly turned a bunch of Bretonian knights. Well, just can't open them. Yeah. So that's a really, really good weapon. It's very expensive. But it gets you D6 extra attacks.
Yeah.
And in a game where volume of attacks is very hard to come by with certain armies, I think it's a very, very good weapon. You've also got in here your BSB, which is going to be the bigger banner boy here. So that's a Goblin Big Boss. And he has got the BSB. He's got the big red raggedy banner, which gives you +1 strength and extra combat res. So I might be winning you on 5s. No, sorry, +1 weapon skill.
So the whole unit?
Yeah. The whole unit's got +1 weapon skill. So I won't be hitting you on 3s.
Yeah.
We'll both be hitting each other on 4s.
Right, okay.
But you might be wounding me better than I'm wounding you.
Yeah.
So it could be interesting. He's also got the Enchanted Shield, which gives him a 6+ ward save.
Right.
On top of his light armor that he's wearing. He hasn't. I don't believe he's got a magical weapon. I'll double check though. He might have something. I may be maybe forgetting that. If he does have one, it'll come up when he starts fighting. And then we've also got our shaman over here, the guy with the giant mushroom for a head. Giant mushroom head man. Has he? Oh, we've got any more names, by the way?
No.
We got Snick Snack.
We'll start with one at a time.
One at a time. So Snick Snack, unnamed lieutenant, unnamed shaman.
Yeah.
All right. I think he should be called Mushroom Head.
He's a good.
He's a good.
Yeah.
That's what we're calling him now.
It's
It's a good name. It's a good name.
You've got to be a certain age to get that one.
Yeah, I don't get it.
No. Yeah. If you get it, you'll appreciate it.
It's not inappropriate. I'm not going to edit anything out, am I?
No, it's a song by the Shaman.
That's all right then.
Ebenezer are good. That's
right. So he's a good.
Yeah.
There we go. He's a good one, and he's got his big mushroom hat, and he is a level 2 shaman who is going to be taking spells from War, and he's got Buzz Gob's staff, which means that you get once per turn.
Yeah.
You can reroll a casting.
Cool.
So he's good. So we've gone both of us. We've gone all out on the offensive magic. We're not going for any dispel scrolls or anything like that.
Yeah.
So that is your army. We've both got 2 blocks of infantry. We've both got 2 support units, and then you've got fanatics and a Magnus Quig, and I've got 2 cannons.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Quite balanced forces. I guess there's only one way to find out, and that's head over to the field of battle after deployment. And here we are, the field of battle after deployment. The Empire have gone in an extended line, state troops holding the centre, archers and cannon anchoring the flanks. We've got our unit of skirmishers over here, one of the great cannons, and then we've got our BSB and his spearman unit, and then we have got our general in his big spearman unit. The open order ranked up archers on the hill mean they're all going to get to fire, and we've got our wizard in there as well. And then we have our second cannon on the flank. In terms of the spells that I got for my wizard, we rolled those randomly off camera. And I ended up going for the signature spell, the summoning, which doesn't actually summon anything. It just shoots magic missiles at you. And then also I got the magical vortex. So I'm hoping to be vortexing you, Simon.
That sounds exciting.
Well, they remain in play and they sort of just float around, getting in the way and being a bit annoying. So yeah, Vortex of Chaos. Going over to the Goblin deployment, you can see we have got the Boing Boys over here, the unit of Squig Hoppers, and they're just going to go bouncing down the flank. Simon, you're a big fan of flanking, aren't you? You flanked in the last game, and now you're going to be flanking in this game. Although how far these guys go is a little bit less certain.
Well, they could just get blatted off the table in one go with these cannons, so we'll find out.
We'll find out, but they go 3d6 movement, and it's random movement as well, so it's a bit of a weird one. And then next, then we've got a big Makoff unit of Night Goblins. Simon, being the dastardly bastard that he is, saw where I put my general and was like, "Oh, I'm not put my general there. I don't want to even fight. I'll go after the easier blob." I was like, "Damn your eyes, sir! Damn your eyes!" Then we've got the wizard blob of Gobbos here. And then we've got the Mangler Squig and the Squig Herd down there. Now, I put my cannon down after Simon put his Squig down because I thought I would just try and shoot it in the face. But again, it is 2d6. And if I misfire, I might not get to shoot for a couple of turns. And you might just come bouncing into my cannon and eat it before it gets a chance to do anything.
We're going to find out one way or another.
We're going to find out one way. We were looking at the rules for the Mangler Squig and it's bonkers. It's got a rule called kaplat. That's all we need to know. Now, the missions, that's the deployment. The mission we're doing for today is just the pitch battle. The plains of, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's some Bretonnian/French name. There you go, the pitch battle one. And the terrain we've gone for, we've got a forest here and a forest here. So that's difficult ground and will be blocking line of sight. We've got the big church. The church is just going to be impassable. The doors have been barred, the windows have been boarded up, you can't get into it. Just a big block of impassable line of sight blocking terrain. The walls around it will just count as difficult terrain and a barricade, so you can get some bonuses for defending that. And then we've got a couple of forests here, and we've given each side a deployment zone hill, because I'm a big fan of a small hill in the deployment zone. The narrative, which is the most important part of this, is that similar to last time, some orcs and goblins got word of some shiny gubbins inside the big house of the Hammer Boys, the Temple of Sigmar. And so Snicksnack has summoned his forces. They've come down from the mountains, from the caves, and they are going to try and attack this lonely chapel that is out in the middle of nowhere, bringing the word of Sigmar to these desolate lands, probably somewhere near sort of the Grey Mountains or the World Edge Mountains, somewhere pretty desolate. And of course, this being quite a remote area, the forces of the proper empire might be a little bit slow to respond, and so the priests of Sigmar have unwillingly dipped into the collection plate and have hired Vossenberg's vagabond mercenary company to come to their rescue and try and throw these goblins back. Although, knowing the vagabonds, there might be some more dipping into the collection plate once everything's been rescued. Oh, I'm sorry, my lord. I'm sorry, Mr. Priest Sigmar. But by the time we got there, they'd already raided all the gold. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. There we go. So it should be. But in terms of what the actual mission is, it's just kill points, as per normal. But I'm trying to build up a bit of a narrative, although I do appreciate that we've had two orcs and goblins related stealing the shiny gubbins narrative, so we're seeing the edge of my story writing capabilities. I don't think you can go wrong with gobbos and shiny gubbins, but maybe the next time we play Simon, with all these little gobbo raiding forces going out, we might have a little counter attack. I'll give people a sneak preview of future terrain. I do have this orky village from my that I got when I was a kid. So maybe next time it won't be the gobbos on the attack. Maybe it'll be, depending on who wins this, maybe we'll be trying to recover the stuff that you guys stole from the temple. We shall see.
You
need to win first. I think I don't know how it's going to go with these goblins, man. Your stuff is so random.
Yeah.
You could end up bouncing 3 inches forward and doing nothing the whole game, entangling yourself.
Yeah.
Or you could be unstoppable, and your fanatics crash through your own ranks.
Yeah.
Or you could be unstoppable.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Or I could fall back with a 2 again and lose.
You got so much stick for that in the comments. Like, the brave knight ran away from the goblins and died. All right, but that was last time. And this is this time. Let's head over to the main battle and find out who's going first. Okay, Simon, we have the Tray of Destiny. It's quite good that it's made of wood and it's got green felt, and it very much matches the table that we're playing on today. And as my guest, would you like to go first?
No.
You know, I insist.
No.
I insist. No, he's refusing. I refuse, my lord. Oh, well, there you go. You get +1 so you can't fail. You can't fail.
2.
You got a +1. Simon dropped his units first because he's only got 5 drops. So he does go first. That is a pretty big deal, because obviously I would like to go first so I can shoot you in the face with my cannons.
I still
But
think you're going to be able to.
considering I went first all weekend, I don't think I'm allowed to go first anymore.
I'm still scarred.
Yeah. All right, let's get some dice together and we'll do a bit of movement. So normally we come back at the end of the movement and command phase, but considering we've got some random movement here, we thought it would be funny to capture it on camera. So Simon, would you like to find out the random movement of the Squig Hoppers? 3d6. 9, not bad. And then we'll just put a little, I'll tell you what, we'll put a 9 next to them so we don't forget. And then the random movement of the Mangler Squig over there.
This is the one I need a biggie for.
Need a biggie for it. Here we go. Ooh, 12.
Above average.
Not too bad. Not too bad at all. So we'll now let Simon move his models and we'll be back at the end of movement and command for the Gobbos. So this is what it looks like after the Goblins have bounced forward with their squigs and marched forward with their big blocks of infantry. You can see they've started to move up towards the church, trying to secure that, and then they're going to go past it and crash into the Empire lines. The Mangler Squig is about 16 inches away from that, so you will need to get a high roll next time if you want to bounce into the cannon next time. But hey, maybe you will. Maybe we don't know. Would have loved to have had 3 rounds to shoot at you. Now we don't know. So that's pretty good. So that's pretty much all your movement. You haven't got any ranged attacks,
Nope.
but we do have some magic.
Yeah.
So you are going to try and vindictively glare, and you're going to go for my unit spearman.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a casting value of 8+.
Yeah.
And you have got a level 2, so you need a 6 or more. If you fail this, you can re-roll it with Buzzgob's Knobbly Staff. So that is a cast. Do you want to re-roll it to try and get a higher value, or do you want me to try and dispel it?
Do you have to be in a certain range to dispel?
Are you within 21? Just to check
Yes,
first.
I am with these.
I actually don't think I'm in dispel range, because I believe that if I'm level 1 or level 2,
Yeah.
my dispel range is 18 inches.
In that case.
But I can use a fated dispel. Now, everyone, but it doesn't matter what you are.
Yeah.
That sounds. It doesn't matter what you are, whether you're a goblin or a human or a dwarf, you get a fated dispel. It's basically a dispel, but you just roll. You don't get any bonuses to it.
So you'd have to. Right.
So I would have to roll a 9 on 2 dice to dispel it.
In that case, there's no point.
Okay, so you're just going to let me go for. I might as well use my fated dispel now because I get 1 per turn, and it's the only thing that's in range. So there we go. I don't use my fated dispel, so you then get to you've done 1 hit to me.
Yeah.
It's strength 7, 8 -2, so on a 2+ you will kill a guy.
Hey.
Yeah. So you kill 1 man. So take 1 from the back for me, Simon. There we go. You just you come round the corner and you just catch the eye of one of the spearmen. Your guy just goes, "Meh," and just sort of points his finger out, and the spearman goes, "Oh, he's glaring at me rather vindictively," and just sort of walks off the battlefield.
Well done, easy.
What is it? Easy.
No, Ebenezer Good.
Ebenezer Good. There you go. So Ebenezer Good has glared at one of my boys and he has died. But that is your turn.
I still can't believe you don't know that song. That's shocking.
Well, I don't. What genre of music is it?
Oh,
Is it pop?
no, I don't know what you call it. I mean, you might not have been born yet, to be fair. What year were you born?
1993.
Oh, Jesus, wet. We'll come back with that one.
All right. As Simon has a midlife crisis, we shall go over to the Empire turn 1. So here we are after the Empire movement. Little more conservative than the Goblins. I actually moved back a unit of archers because I thought about staying still, but I was within like 13 inches of the Squig Hoppers, and I thought that's he's going to get that next turn. So I've moved back, which does mean that I will be hitting on 6s because I'll be -1 to hit for moving and -1 to hit for being over long range. So I'm hoping to, if I can just kill 1 or 2 of these boingy bastards, then I'll be pretty happy. I basically just pivoted my BSB unit and slightly marched forward with my spearman unit here, but keeping both units in range of the BSB. Stayed still with the archers and stayed still with the cannon, of course. Now, we're going to start off with a bit of shooting, but as you can see, I've got the cannon rules open so that we can go through them step by step later on. But firstly, let's do a bit of arrow fire. We're going to put 10 arrow shots from our skirmishing archers into your squig hoppers. So let's go for, we've got all 10 that can shoot. We haven't got a sergeant in there today, or marksman, or woodsman, or whatever he's called, huntsman I think it is. So long range removed with BS of 3 means that we'll be hitting on 6s. We've got a hit, Simon. We've got 1 whole hit. That's a pin marker. Oh wait, 1 game. Right, now we're wounding you on a 4. It's not on the tray. It is a wound. Now you get a 6-up save because you paid for your light armor. Nope. So you have lost a boingy man. There you go. That was pretty good. Pretty confident about my life choices right now. We're then going to take this unit of archers here, and they're going to shoot into your night goblins over there. They can't quite get the angle onto the mangler squig, and they can't see the squig herd because you're behind the forest. Now this will be 9 shots hitting on 5s because I'm on the hill. Everyone gets to shoot. Oh, I dropped a dice. There we go. A hit. Just 1. My God, I wish I had handguns right now. It's a wound. It's not. I don't believe it's armor bane though. That's just for longbows. You've lost a gobbo. Oh no! Jesus Christ! Just 38 more shooting phases, and I'll have them. There we go. Now we get to the cannons. Now, naturally, this cannon is... We'll do the one that's going to upset Simon the most first. I'm going to shoot this cannon into your mangler squig. So, let's follow this step by step. Firstly, choose a target point within the war machine's line of sight and maximum range. This does not have to be any model. It can be a point on the ground. Once you've chosen a target point, mark it with a small marker. Okay, well, we'll get a dice. And considering that it can fly over you, I think what we probably want to do is just set it just a little bit in front. So we're going to set it there. Okay, I think that's a good... That seems similar to what they've done on the thing. Yeah, we'll follow the... Yeah. Once the target point has been marked, roll an artillery dice. An artillery dice, you say. Oh, I have brought forth from the archives, the Mordian archives.
Holy hungry.
I can't open it on a minute. There we go, use my mouth. I brought forward an OG GW dice cube, which I bought 13 years ago and still have.
You can't remember Ebenezer Easygut, and you can remember buying that.
There we go. I've got my artillery dice here. It's never been used. Has it been aging in a fine barrel for 13 years, or has it gone wrong?
What's going on?
I have to roll this dice.
And
It's on the tray.
throw it at my gobbos.
Okay, it's a 6. So, if a number is rolled, move the target point that many inches directly away from the cannon. That is a strike point. So 6 inches is going to land on the edge of your thing.
Yeah.
Perfect. We've landed on the edge of your magnet. That means we've hit you.
Yeah.
All right. Then we need to roll to see if it bounces, which we roll the artillery dice again. Roll a 10, so it definitely does bounce,
yeah.
But it's going to bounce into nothingness.
Yeah.
So there we go. And then we determine hits. Once the strike point and the distance of the bounce have been established, it's time to determine which models have been hit. Any model whose base lies underneath the strike point is hit automatically.
Yeah.
You have been hit. Any model whose base lies under the path of the bouncing ball is also automatically hit. However, should a cannonball bounce to a formed unit, it can hit a maximum of 1 model per rank. Okay. Crunch. Sometimes a bouncing cannonball will encounter something that stops it dead. If the cannonball hits a model whose troop type is monsters, creature, or behemoth, I imagine you are, it stops immediately, no for the mod hit. So it just goes, I'm just yeeting it straight into your face, basically. And then we need to do the to wound you. So I'm strength 10.
Yeah.
This one's 5.
Yeah.
That means I wound you on a 2.
Yeah. Do you have to roll to see if it misfires or anything?
That was what I was rolling first. If that symbol comes up,
right.
it is bad.
Ooh.
It's bad juju. Yeah. It's a 3, so I've wounded you.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to roll a 1 then. Okay, now it is 8 minus 3, so you're not going to get a save against this.
Yeah.
How many wounds does the Mangler Squig have?
Wounds 4.
Okay. I do D3 plus 1 damage.
Okay.
For all a 5 or 6.
He's dead.
He's dead. Boingy boy is goners. I kind of don't want to now. I'd like to injure you, you know. I roll a 1.
So he's got 2 left.
He's got 2 wounds left. Now, of course, we will. Have you got your stat? Have you got? Actually, get the Mangler Squig up. 1 second.
Yeah.
We shall check its. We shall check it here now. Let's just double check if you've got any regen. So special rules.
No, there's no regen.
Close order, dwarves, immune psychology, impact hits, splat, large target, random attacks, random movement, spike ball and chain, stomp attacks, timber. No. So you have heavy armor, but obviously you're AP3. So no, we've definitely double checked that right. So you've taken 2 wounds. So not too bad. A good hit.
Yeah.
But not a kill. That's it's tasty. We've got the next cannonball now. And I'm going to put this into your cavalry here.
Yeah.
Because I'm really, really worried about these guys. So I should be able to with my 90-degree arc. I probably, to be fair, actually, you know what? I think if I do that, I'm only going to be able to place it like here and hit one guy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it into your gobbos.
Yeah.
There you go. So I'm going to place my point there as well. That seems like a good place. And then we're going to roll the dice.
Yeah.
It's a 2, so it only goes forward 2 inches.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the honours actually? So 2 inches directly forward. And I need to roll it again.
Yeah.
And it goes forward another 2 inches.
So it's gonna hit one gobbo.
Hits one goblin. And he's dead.
Unsurprisingly. Unsurprisingly.
All right, so you can see these cannons, they're good, but you have to be, it's kind of a skill that I'm still learning where to place it. But yeah, that cannon didn't have quite as much powder behind it, so it just bounced a little bit. Basically just rolled over one goblin like that scene from Austin Powers. He was like, ah, as he got run over by it. And then we've got magic. So I've got my totally not evil witch. And I'm going to, I'm going to check her spell ranges, and then we'll be back in a second. Okay, so here we are with, let's just call that Fluffyology, definitely not Demonology. So our witch is going to cast the Vortex of Totally Not Chaos. Let's cover that bit up again. And we're going to place it, we're not in range for the summoning, so we're going to place it just 15 inches as far forward as possible. Over there, Simon. Have I nicked both tape measures?
Yes.
There we go.
As per normal.
As per tradition. So 15 inches forwards. And we're going to see it. That's where we would like it to go. And let's see if we get it off. It's 8 plus on a value of 8 plus, sorry. And I've got a level 2 wizard. I get off on a 10 in total. So that will go off. And so remains in play. There's a small 3-inch blast template, so its central holds within 15 of the caster. Whilst in play, the template is treated as dangerous terrain. The template moves 2d6 in one direction during every start of turn sub-phase, so it'll at the beginning of your turn. Any unit, friend or foe that the template touches, so it's d6 plus 1, strength, 3 hits, no AP. Okay. So it just sort of floats around. Whee! There we go. Okay, and that is my turn. So I've killed a Squig Hopper, I've killed a Goblin, and I've injured a Mangler Squig. Let's go over to the Gobbo, turn 2. And here we are with the boing phase, as I'm beginning to call it, and we're going to see how far the Squig Hopper's boinged. 3d6, now we've measured it, you're over 17, so you will need 666 to get into the archers. Here we go.
I'm not expecting to get in, I just want to get out of the
out of cannon range. It's an 8, a little boing. We'll move them in a second, I'll tell you what. Why don't we do the Mangler Squig as well? Nice. So we need I think it was a 17 here, because it's over 16. Can you boing into the cannon? Oh, not quite 10. So we've got a 10, which is average, and 8, which is not quite. Now, I will have to decide whether I shoot you in the face with a cannon or if I grape shot you next time.
And what does that do?
It's just like 2d6 hits.
Right.
But it's, I don't know if it's a good idea or not. I might do it for fun. But yeah, there we go. So we'll do...
Do we have to do that?
Oh, yes. Random movement. I have my scatter dice here, sir. I'll use a green dice for it. So there we go. So we'll do it here, yeah, so we know.
It's 2d6, isn't it?
It's just d6. Oh, God, it's coming back at me, sir. The witch has betrayed us. Oh, God. It's going to flow back into my... I'm going to have to spell my own fucking
We're just going to have some random stuff now, because I'm going to start firing fanatics at you.
Oh, you got to go do that now, surely. They might just roll back into you. I'll just sit here whilst you army.
That's a load of shit, bro.
Just fanatics flying into vortex. Oh my God. I'll tell you what, Si, we'll let you do the rest of your movement. You've got to boing them forward and do some marching. I need to remove this casualty, the lonely spearman just chilling out there. And we'll be back at the end of your movement phase. So once the squig hoppers had bounced forward, they are closing in on my archers, and there's not many places for them to run now. They might have to stand and make a fight of it, which, being archers, they don't want to do that. And then we also had the goblins, which marched forward to here as well. Simon debating releasing the fanatics just to create a swirling zone of death, but decided that he'd rather just wait until he was right in front of me, and then he can just launch them into my face, which I think is a good idea. Although you could just like fanatic the crap out of my cannon, but I think what would happen is if you release them here, they're just going to float back into you.
Likely.
Yeah. Speaking of floaty things, I can't believe this thing ended up over here. You've decided not to dispel that because you want to let the randomness flow.
Well, might as well.
That we're playing gobbos, man.
Lean into the gobbo-ness.
Exactly. I have to say, when you play 40k, you're a very serious player. And 40k Simon would never invest in anything that was random. I would instantly get it out of his list. And old Simon's like, I'm bringing me stabbers. You were the one that went, I'm calling them the boingers. So you bringing all the boingy boys, bringing your stabbers. I'm loving it. Old Simon is, it's not salty Simon, it's gobbo Simon. There we go. So, but you do have some magic.
Yes.
You've got your magic, and that'll be your turn, won't it? So you're going to glare at me vindictively again?
Yes.
Okay, so 2d6, you need to get a 6 or higher. Now you have got it. Now that will pass on a 9.
Yeah.
And I will get a chance to dispel it. I will need to roll an 8 on...
Let it go.
You're not using Buzzgob's knobbly cock. I mean, Buzzgob's knobbly staff. I do. Because 8 plus 2 is 10. So I have... You tried to glare at the spearman vindictively, and she just reaches over and just goes, no, do not see. There you go. All right, and you haven't got your other spell, which is Foot of Gork, is for combat.
More randomness.
Yes, it's fully random. So that's the end of your turn. So turn 1 and 2 is very much going to be... turn 1 and 2 for you is very much closing the distance. Now, I will get one more turn to try and stop you, to shoot you, and see if I can take the Mangler Squig out with my cannon. And if I can, great. And if I can't, then I think it's going to be it's going to be crunch time for the Empire. So the Empire have got one more turn of shooty, and then we shall hear the clash of weapon on weapon, steel on steel. So starting off, we've got the random vortex. Please don't scatter towards me. It's gone 1 inch that way, so technically it is towards me, but I'm kind of okay with that. Yeah, there you go. That's fine. No, why are we using your mushroom thing? It's no wonder it's working with the gobbos.
Have you got any spells?
I do not have any other spells. I'll need to.
You get some spells, we'll use your spells. Till that, we've got a giant exploding mushroom.
All right, now I'm actually going.
Also, it's a demon thing, isn't it? So
that's true.
They're known for their sense of humour,
and they're tricksy as well. They're obviously, they're like, oh, you thought you could bend the power of the warp to your will, mortal. Wow, we shall see. Now I'm actually going to stay still here.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and get a good blast.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay still here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to... When you're fanatics, when do you release them? At the beginning or after you've moved?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Okay, because if it's... to be fair, I'm probably going to stay still here as well. In fact, I'm going to stay still across the line. I'm just going to try and shoot you, basically. All right.
Release the fanatics.
What does it say?
during the start of any such a concealing unit may release one or more of its fanatics during any start of turn subphase.
So it's before you move. Start of turn subphase. So before you move, you have to release your fanatics.
Right.
And then like move afterwards, like, ooh, like move, follow them up. Oh my God. All right. So we know what we're doing. We're staying still. Let's do some shooty, shall we? So we're going to have 5 archers. Now, I believe that I'm going to be within 12 inches over here, Simon. Would you like to just come over and confirm that I'm within 12 inches with my archers easily? So I'll be hitting on 4s because I'm not moving. Hitting on 4s, wounding on 4s. I need to be like, whatever comes through that gate, you will stand your ground. It's not good. It's only 3 hits. They're clearly a bit spooked by the big boingy things coming towards them. I was hoping for 5 there. Wounding on 4s. 2 wounds. That's okay. 2 6 up, Simon. No, 2 more boingy lads have gone down. That's not so bad, but I don't get to stand. I'll double check, but I don't believe I get to stand and shoot against you because you just randomly move into me, where rather than declaring a charge. So hopefully from my perspective, hopefully you'll roll low on that boing, but there's a good chance you will get into me next turn. We'll then fire the cannon, and we're going to fire it into the gobbos. We're going to place our template down here.
Yeah.
And do I have my artillery dice? Where have I put my artillery dice? It's behind the cube. Ah, there we are. Okay, so let's fire the cannon. Goes 6 inches further forward. I think that's still going to hit the unit. It is. Yeah. It's going to hit 2 ranks.
Yeah. On top of him.
Yeah, and then we do the bounce, but I'm not sure the bounce is really going to matter so much. No, it just stays.
Where was that before?
It just stays still on the bounce. It goes. So I just need to double check because do I just hit the back 2 or do I hit the unit?
Do you not just hit the one that it's landed on? I don't know.
We'll have a look. We'll just get the rules. I know which page it is, so we'll be back and just check 1 second. So we've checked the rules, and as Simon just said,
I think it's not looking good for my gobbo.
It's not looking good for the gobbo, but it is just the 1 goblin.
Not worse.
And he has died. Yeah. So not ideal. I was hoping that I'd be cutting down swathes.
It's more ideal for you than the gobbo.
That is true. That is true. Now, the next thing we need to decide is what we do about this bloody mangler squig. Now, is it toughness 5, the mangler squig?
Yeah.
Right, well, I'm not going to grape shot you then. I'm going to shoot the big cannonball at you. Now I'm going to put it there. I'm just going to hope that...
2's going to be short.
2 will be short, but then it'll bounce.
Yes.
So as long as...
5 will be long. 5 or 6 will be long.
2 will be too far.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put it there then.
Is there not a minimum range on this?
No, it's just 60 inches. All right, well, we'll fight.
3's going to be short, 4, 5 or 6 will hit it.
There we go. It's an 8. I think I go over. No! Wait, I gotta... Furiously checks.
I didn't realise it went
Crunch. It's a bouncing cannonball. No, I've not bounced. I've just not hit you. Oh dear. That's not ideal. I should have gone for grape shot. Damn it.
I thought there was only a 6 on there. I thought it was like...
No, it goes up to 10.
Right, okay.
It goes to 10, yeah.
Right.
So
actually it's a bit more random than I first thought.
Right, well, that Mangus is going to get just lightning in the face. So I'm going to try and magic you now. So this is because I do have my arrows, but I'll do them in a moment. So magic, summoning. I'm just going to leave that. Summoning into the Mangler Squig. I'm going to use my power scroll now. So I will get a total of 14. So you can't dispel it because even if you roll double 6 plus your level 2, you'll only equal me. So now I do 2d6 hits to the Mangler Squig for 6. And I believe it's strength 4. So I need 5 to wound. I've got 2 wounds.
Yeah.
We're going to have to check the AP. Roll. You've got a 5 up armor save. Let's go over to Demonology. We'll do it live. Can I just lightning the face off this Mangler Squig? I had a backup in case the cannon didn't do Well, I needed it to. Demonology. It's strength 4. It's AP -1. Yeah, the target enemy suffers 2d6 strength 4 hits, each with an AP -1. Okay, so yeah, you have got 2 6-up saves to make. Come on. Tase my lightning, fucker! Come on, I will forgive you. This vortex could just blow up my entire unit if I could just... Please, for the love of God.
Checking what he's only got...
5-up save, yeah. He's got heavy armour.
I thought he had something else.
You need 1/6, Simon. All you need is 1/6.
Yeah.
1/6. No, not quite. Mangler Squig has gone down. Whew! They did take pretty much... It took my cannon 2 shots and a mage, but that shows the power of having just a basic ass magic missile. I almost went for the buffing spell, which makes me better in combat, but I went, no, I'm going to sit in my archers. You know what? I'm big fan of things like fireballs, magic missiles now. I think they are really, really important just so that you can just shoot some reliable range out. But there we go. So I have managed to kill the Mangler Squig, which is good. The only other bit of shooting I've got left is going to be my arrow boys. I don't actually think I can shoot into your squigs there, not because my arc is going to be quite bad. So, and also you're in cover and long range, it'll be 6s. So I am going to go for your night goblins over here, just because I think I'm not 100% confident in what my shooting would be going into your gobbos. So it's going to be hitting on 5s because of long range. There's 9 shots. All right. And then wounding on 4s. 2 wounds, 2 6-ups. Hey, where was that before? Oh, there we go. But lesson learned, Simon. We need 2 Mangler Squigs.
I'm not getting another Mangler Squig. It was crap.
It was great. Hey, I will use it in my gobber army when I get them playing. Between us, to be fair, we've got an infinite amount of squigs, squig hoppers, trolls, giants, and everything. I was actually going to paint mine up in purple as well. So I actually end up having an army that's quite similar to yours where we can mix and match them. But that is my shooting. I killed a squig, killed a gobbo, killed a Mangler Squig. But now I think that is the last bit of fun in long range that the Empire is going to get to do, because now I think it's going to be crunch time for the gobbos. Let's head over to Simon, to the gobbos, to Snick Snacks, turn 3. Start of turn sub phase. The vortex is going to move. Oh, it's going back this way now. There we are. And now, Simon, you need to make a decision.
There's not really much of a decision.
What are you going to do, Simon?
Release the fanatics.
Release the fanatics! So we've checked the rules of these. So you push them out 3 inches from the unit. And then as the controlling player, you can push out up to 3 fanatics. And then they go 2d6 each. So what Simon's doing here is march right up to my face. And then he's going to hope that on one or more of these fanatics, he rolls high on the 2d6 in a direction of your choosing.
Yes.
Which is very different. It used to be they push out here and then it was a random direction. So you could just go straight back into your unit. Not anymore. And he's hoping that between these 2 units, you're going to cause a lot of damage. This could be... You may have lost a Mangler Squig, but fanatics... We may be seeing the birth of the fanatic spam meta here.
Oh, the death of it.
The death of it.
Equally positive.
So we know each one of these needs an 8 to reach here. How far is it there? 6?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so 2d6. Where are we going to go first?
We'll start left to right.
Okay, so first fanatic needs an 8 to reach the unit. Yes, so we'll just move him to there for now.
So he goes right the way through and ends up there.
Have you...
Yeah, I think so. I'll double check before.
Yeah, we'll put it there for now and then we'll double check where he ends up. We know he's made contact. That's the important thing. Next unit. Next fanatic, no. So he'll just go 5 inches far forward. There we are. And then we know he's 3 inches away from the unit. And then the last fanatic from this squad. And he's going to make it as well. and we'll put him at the front of the unit, and we will figure out if he bounces through and whatnot in a second. Over here, we need a 6. This is going to be horrendous. Yep, so we know he's made it. I think this is like... I'm very scared. Next unit. He's made it. Oh, God.
Splat my mangler screen here.
Next one. And he's made it. Jesus wept. By Sigmar's hammer. Hold. Hold. All right. So, check what happens when you make contact with a unit. We'll do it live on camera so people can, come along the process with us.
Right.
So we show them the page. There we go. Move fanatic ball and chain.
It moves through the unit, continue the move in the same direction until it can be placed on the battlefield with its base not touching the
So it
base.
goes through.
Yeah.
Okay. Although dangerous, any unit that moves through a fanatic should ever end its move on top of the fanatic. Move the fanatic's shortest route possible until it can be placed on the battlefield. So I can move on top, yeah. Death fanatic. A fanatic model can be charged, targeted, or attacked in any way. However, the life fanatic is noticed dangerous for this. Should a fanatic find itself lying fully or partially underneath a template, there is as normal. Additionally, if any natural double is rolled for its movement, or fanatic moves into any difficult terrain or dangerous and impassable, it becomes sudden and terminal stop. So if you roll a double on any of your movement, you
die.
You die. Okay. But I can target you at range, but not in combat.
So it's D6, strength 5 hits per fanatic.
And what's the AP?
-3.
So I don't get a save. Okay, so D6 strength 5. Okay. Still winning on 2s. So first, so we've got 2D6 here.
Yeah. Come on, boys. 12.
8. Pretty reasonable.
Take that.
So 8 at...
8 twos.
8 2s. Jesus Christ, Fenton. These things are brutal. That's 8 guys dead. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
And then you've got, they are going to pass through the unit, which is really good for you because it means that you're unlikely to get hit by them back yourself now. And then you've got, same here, 3d6. That's going to be 12. 12. Grim. My army just disintegrates in like 1 turn to these fanatics.
We've probably got this wrong somewhere, I'm telling you.
No, we've double checked it. I think we're okay.
Right, 2s to kill.
Yeah. Drop 1, so 11 guys are going to go down. So that's 2 ranks, essentially, because 1 guy had already died. I'm going to have to magic missile these fanatics, aren't I? Jeez Louise, look at that. Horrendous casualties for the Empire. And I can't fight you back in any way. I can't. There used to be things like, I'm sure there used to be other ways that your fanatics could die, but right now these things look horrendous. So that was your start of turn subphase. So now you can choose to charge afterwards if you want to.
I'm going to try and boing.
Oh no, sorry, that was
just movement.
That was your movement. You'd have to declare your charge at the beginning of the turn. So you can't charge with your fanatics.
I'm going to with my normal night gobos.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do want to obviously charge with me.
Yes. Yeah, no. You just that's just random movement. So you've not missed anything out. So you need to boing over here, roll 3d6.
Come on now, lads.
That'll be in. Yeah. For sure. I was in range with my archers, so we'll just move them to there. And then we rank up with the archers. There we go. See if we can try and survive a boingy charge. I don't know if we will do though. I think these are cavalry, these are archers. We've all played Total War. We know how it goes. Oh my days! There we go. Stab him! Stab him in the face! Stabby! 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 All right. So that is your movement. Note you get to march those now if you want. Now they'll march 6 inches because they're in the forest.
So
You're gonna go after my cannon.
Well, I've just seen the big brother get blatted.
So that'll be 5 inches, yeah, because you had a little turn. There we go. Jesus, I don't know what I'm going to do about these fanatics, man. They're absolutely horrendous. Just completely obliterated multiple ranks of Empire. Because I can't even march through. I can't even march through.
You can shoot him with the cannon.
I can grape shot him. Hopefully. Anyway. All right, so now we get to your magic, which is your Vindictive Glare. 2d6. Would you like to Vindictively Glare one of your fanatics, please?
No, I'm going to do the same.
Okay.
Actually, not going to do these buggers.
Okay, now they'll have a mage in there, so I think they have magic resistance on top of that.
Right. Well, in that case,
okay.
Sod them. Actually,
Vindictively Glare these guys.
yes.
Vindictively Glaring over here. It goes off on an 11, so I get 2d6 to try and stop you. I need a 10 on 2 dice.
Oh!
I will double check. I wonder if I outclass you in the arts. There's like a thing where if I mega dispel you, it's bad for you. So I'll double check the rulebook. We'll be back in a second. So we've just double checked the what happens on a double 6 of dispel, and you just always dispel it. Doesn't matter if your opponent rolled like 18 or something crazy. If you roll a double 6 on the dispel, you always get it. It's kind of like an irresistible dispel, which is kind of cool. But yeah, so you didn't get to glare at me vindictively. Tell you what, I'm glaring at you vindictively right now, Simon. All right, let's see what we do next. So we've done all the shooting. So is it combat?
Yes.
I think it is. And we've got one combat to do, and that is this one over here. So let's, you'll have the initiative advantage first because you charged. So you'll be initiative 6, I'll be initiative 3. You've got 4 guys in the front rank, one's a champion, and you've got cavalry spears. Yeah. So what's your weapon skill?
2.
My weapon skill is 3.
Ooh,
so I think it's 4s. I think I have to be, I'll just double check. I think we got this wrong last time.
Squigs are weapon skill 4 then.
Okay, let's just go to the quick reference table at the back. Let's not guess. Let's do this properly. To hit chart. So you are weapon skill 2. I'm weapon skill 3. So you're hitting me on 4s. And then weapon skill 4 is hitting me on weapon skill 3. Hit me on 3s. Weapon skill 3 hitting you on weapon skill 4 is 4s. But hitting you is weapon skill 3. Okay, so I've got it all right in my head. So your spears are hitting me on 4s. And you're wounding me. Your strength 3. You're wounding me on 3s.
So
that's 3 hits. And then you're wounding me on 3s. Killing me on 3s, to be honest.
that's what we like.
Yeah. So that's 3 dead. And then you've got your squigs,
which are hitting on
3s. And then strength 4.
No, strength 5.
Oh, wounding on 2s. Drop 1. So that was 3 plus 6 is 9. So that's pretty much the whole unit gone. There's one guy left. He won't get to fight you though, because you've killed the front rank. So I will just need to take a leadership test. Now I'm leadership 7.
Boing, 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 boing.
Boing, boing, boing. So obviously I can't pass my modified leadership test unless I get a double 1. But I'm looking for a 7 or below on this. I don't get it, so I will flee. So I will roll 2d6, my flee move, which will be 7, and you will roll 2d6 to try and catch me. So you need to roll 2d6 and try and beat a 7, or meet.
I'm not a bit quick because I'm doing up.
You get your swift stride on top of this. So 2d6, but you got me anyway. Now that will probably mean you bounced off the table. Don't worry, you'll just come back on later. We'll double check it.
Right.
You can leave the table and come back on.
Don't I stop when I catch you?
We'll double check.
Yeah.
We'll double check. So we know I went 7 and then you caught me. So we'll do that off camera in a second. But the Empire lines have been absolutely brutalized. This is insane. What can men do against such reckless fanaticism? Oh my days. Well, we might have but one choice, and that is to these things, they move now or in your start. We'll have to check the fanatic move. If they move again now and I get hit by another like 3d6 fucking fanatics, I'm gonna be very upset. All right. We'll remove the casualties that we've got here. We'll work out what the hell the fanatics do, and we'll be back at the end of the movement and command for the Empire. Gentlemen, I have come to the conclusion that fanatics are overpowered because it's every subsequent move subphase, isn't it? That they move in their random direction. So that is mine and it is Simon's. So these fanatics move just once they're released, they just move constantly. Now, before we do that, we do have to move this thing, which starts at the beginning of the turn. So D6 in the random direction, it just stays still. There we go. So now we get to the movement. Simon, you've brought out your very own scatter dice. Where do you want to start?
We'll go.
Start this guy. Where's he going? He just stays still. Does that mean
He's deaded.
if he gets out, he dies?
No, he's double.
Oh, he's double. Yes, he has died. Okay. This one. 7 inches that way. That's not so bad. That's not so bad. He has hit some difficult terrain there.
Does that mean he's dead as well?
We'll check. This guy, he's off the board. Does he just go away?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Okay, this one. Oh God! No! It's all right. That's another. These things are gonna kill my general. All right, next one.
That's the other dice gone.
I
could hear a cat crow. Here we go.
We've got a cat crying. Oh, Mr. Man, it's all right. Dead.
Is that what?
Direct hit. That's what you said.
No, it was a double that killed him. I don't know.
Okay, so it was a 5 and an arrow, and your direct hit, but your arrow is pointing that way, just in case. And then this one, that's a double.
Yeah.
So he's dead.
I think he might have killed. So D6 hits.
So that one's gone. D6 hits on this one. Fucking hell, fire. These are so they hit hard, but they really can. I think you were a bit unlucky on some of your doubles there, but
5 more.
5. That's almost a full. I've not even Simon. I took all of these ranks because I thought I would do good. Jeez Louise.
Let me just check. So he didn't double. He just rolled the
direct hit.
Direct hit. So I think.
Oh.
So much.
Do we know what it says? Or are we just checking now?
No, so he's still there. So additionally, if any natural double is rolled for its movement, or if a fanatic moves into any difficult, dangerous, or impassable terrain, or any type of linear obstacle comes to a sudden and terminal stop,
he's dead.
And is immediately removed from players as a casualty.
Yeah. Hello, Mrs. Miss.
Finally, a concealing unit is destroyed off these. Yeah. So
he just stays. He's just spinning in circles. Yeah. Okay.
So that's what I mean. To be fair, they've not done that much over there for the price.
They've obliterated.
That one, yeah.
And I can't charge you now unless I want to take another D6 hits.
Yeah.
I might magic missile you though, because I'm on a hill.
Yeah.
I'll have to see. I have my moves that I can do.
I know you.
But flipping heck, that is absolutely horrendous. Well, we've got the rest of my turn, so I'm gonna pull myself together. And then see what happens if I can shoot over my guys on a hill. And if I can, that would be great. If I can't, then we're going to have to make some serious decisions about this fanatic over here. So here we are at the end of the Empire move and command phase. We've reformed our cannon so that it's facing this way. And when these, which we now learn are skirmishers, fortunately I don't think it's made any difference to what we've done up until this point. But these boingy lads, if they start boinging this way, I should get a chance to shoot them with grape shot before they make it. Because I'm not within 12 inches, so hopefully... You might boing 18 inches into me, and I'm going to be very sad. But we'll see. We've stayed still with these guys because we're not in charge range with the difficult terrain. Well, we're just going to have to see who blinks first over here. You do have your big boss, so... Yeah. You're probably going to start trying to come in. And over here, we've stayed still with the swirling fanatics. We decided not to go for the charge. Even though I'm pretty certain my Empire General could start chopping through these guys, I need to... Frankly, I just need to get rid of these fanatics. I can't afford to take another D6 hits. But we have reformed our archers, and they are on the hill. So they can see over, which we've double-checked. And we've stayed still with the cannon, who's going to fire grape shot into the Squig boys. So that is my movement. We'll go for some shooting. We're going to fire all of our arrows into one fanatic. We're going to go for this one. We're going to go for that fanatic first. So we will have 9 shots. Now we have moved, but we are also within half range. We're going to be hitting on 5s. We've got a couple of hits. And that's good. So now we just need 1 4 up. And if we do, the fanatic will be dead. Whoa, hey! Fanatic in the face. It was the other one, but don't worry about it.
Oh,
don't worry, I will now do my demonology summoning into the other one.
Swap it around.
There we go. So we're going to try and do the summoning onto the other one. 2d6. We do get off on a 9. Now, do you want to try and stop me?
What's your other spell you've got? No, it's that one, isn't it?
It's that one again. So you need to get an 8 on 2 dice to stop me. You do not do it. So you take 2d6 hits. That'll be 5 hits. And these are strength 4, so I need 1 3. And we've got him. Whoa. Those fanatics are deadly, but at least you can get rid of them with ranged attacks. And then we've got Grape Shot into here. Now, this is 2d6. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to... I know where the canon rules are, so we'll just do it live. Quick rules check. I've memorised where the cannons were. The canon situation. Okay. One slightly too far. Grape shots. Instead of firing normally, a crew can opt to fire grape shot. They do this by loading the gun with canisters filled with rusty nails, handgun bullets, and other small projectiles, effectively creating a huge blunderbuss. 12-inch range. We're definitely in range. Yeah. Strength 4, AP -1. Cumbersome. Move or shoot. Needs more nails. So cannon of any type do not use their ballistic skill when firing grape shot. Instead, they shoot using the needs more nail special rule. This uses the black powder misfire table. So needs more nails. Loading a cannon with shrapnel is not precise art. When firing grape shot, check range and declare target as normal, then roll an artillery dice. If a misfire is rolled, something has gone horribly wrong. Roll immediately on the appropriate misfire table to determine exactly what. If a number is rolled, the target suffers that many automatic hits.
Vicious, this.
It's been a vicious battle. Where's my artillery dice? Have I bloody misplaced it again? It's all right. We can do this with a regular dice. So what you do is you roll your dice and you double it. If you roll a 6, that's the misfire.
Oh, cunning. Yeah.
3 becomes 6. So 6 automatic hits. And strength 4 times 3. Yeah. So that'll be 3s to wound. So you will take 4 wounds there. That'll be 4 dead. Now, 4 dead will be 40% casualties, won't it?
Yes.
So you are going to have to take a panic test because you've taken 25% shooting, 25% casualties from shooting. So what's the leadership of a squig?
6.
Okay, well, 2d6 and aim for 6 or lower. No. So those actually die now.
They just run off.
Because, well, check the squig rules. What happens is squig's gone wild. It's at the bottom. I think everyone in range starts getting eaten by squigs.
If the squig contains 5 or more squigs, every unit, friend or foe within 2d6 suffers 2d suffers d3 strength 5 hits each with -1 AP.
So roll 2d6 and try and roll high because you want to try and hit my cannon back. A 2 and roll the dice. A 2. So that's not going to hit anything. So the squigs just die. They get grape shotted, they panic, rather than falling back, the herders lose control of the unit and they just explode.
So it's immune to psychology.
That's fear and terror.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Okay. Whoa, the cannons of the Empire holding the line over here. The fanatic, both sides unleashing their weapons of death on each other. No one's actually drawn a blade against each other. You've launched fanatics at me. I've launched cannon at you. And we've actually both done quite a reasonable amount of damage to each other before we've actually made contact. And that was turn 2?
Yeah.
Turn 3.
Turn 3, yeah.
That was turn 3. We're going to have to make contact at some point. All right. That is going to be the end of... I will double check over here if I should have taken a panic test, by the way.
Yeah, you should have done that.
But I don't know what your fanatics count, if it's ranged attacks or not. If it's not ranged attacks, then I wouldn't have taken a panic test.
They're not ranged, no.
Okay, so it wouldn't have been a panic test over there because I'm just getting hit and getting killed, but I'm not losing from range attacks. I'm not taking 25% casualties. Chat, comments, viewers, let us know if we've got that right. We don't think you take panic attacks from the fanatics because they're not 25% casualties from ranged. But let us know if we've got that right or wrong, and we'll make a note of it for our next battle. Okay, so that is the end of my turn. The line is holding, Simon. I think you've played all of your tricks. Yeah. You've only got one choice left now. Yeah. You've got to get stuck in. All right, we'll be back at the end of Gobbo, Movement and Command, turn 4. Here we are. The goblins have closed in for the kill, sensing blood on the wind. They've come charging in, and then we've got another unit of goblins over here, which have they've just marched forward. They couldn't quite get into combat, but they're fairly confident that if I charge them, they'll be able to take it. And then we've got the Boingy Boys, who decided not to come boinging at me, and being cunning gobbos, they boinged this way. Being skirmishers, they can just have a free reform, and then they boing 6 inches that way, which will make it interesting. You are, obviously, if you try and boing through the forest, you could die, but you're probably just going to take the time to boing around the edge.
Yes.
There we go.
I've done enough of your cannons for one game. Thank you very
much. Both of our special things have been really vicious. Yeah, it's been interesting. All right, so we'll go. So there's no magic because you can't Vindictive Glare in combat.
Yeah.
And you've decided not to use the Foot of Gork because the center of my unit would be there. Yeah. So you would just basically put it there, and then it's definitely going to hit you.
Yeah. And
then there's a good chance it would scatter and just do a lot of damage to you. So we're going straight into combat. Now, you charged, but you get the choice to try to issue a challenge to me. I presume you're not going to.
Nope.
I'm going to issue a challenge to you,
yeah,
and you're going to accept with your unit champion,
yeah,
to stop me from killing lots of goblins.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can fight. You actually get to fight with the unit champion first on my hero, I believe, because you do still have the initiative bonus.
Yeah.
So would you like to hit me with your 2 attacks? Now, what's your weapon skill?
It is weapon skill 3. No, weapon skill 2.
Oh, you need to net me first, but we'll do this. Won't affect this combat, so that's fine. So you've hit 1 time. Now you need to wound me on what's your strength?
From to net for 2.
No, just do the wound next. Strength 3. So wounding me, I'm at least tough as 4, so wound me on a 5. No, so you haven't wounded me. So you lunge forward with your sickle and don't do anything. Right, now you want to net me. You have netted me, so I am now only strength 2.
Yeah.
And obviously my general is going to be less strength than that. And then you get to do. We'll do my attacks back in the challenge in a moment. We'll do all the goblins first. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 regular goblins that get to fight me, and you're going to hit me on 4s and wound me on 4s. So that's 2 hits, and then wound me on 4s. 1 wound. Now I will have a 5 up armor save against this. No. So you have killed a man. You've then got your shaman, who, for all intents and purposes, he's a low level one. He's an odd git.
Yeah.
And he's basically just a goblin.
Right. Okay.
He's a very expensive goblin. So I believe he's got 1 attack. Yeah. Not quite. And he's not hit.
No.
There we are. So then I will get to fight you back. Now I will have my my spears first. So we'll have 6 here, and then 6 from the front rank because we've obviously got the general, but then we've got the champion. So that will be 12 attacks. Now I am going to be hitting you on weapon skill 3 on this unit, and you haven't got your big banner in here. So I'm going to be hitting you on 3s. Miss, 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 miss. But then, because you've netted me and I'm only strength 2 now, I'm winning you on 5s. That's a really big difference. Oh, sorry. I should have 1 less attack from here. So what I'm going to do, in the interest of fairness, I'm just going to take 1 of my successes out.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah. It's. I think I rolled fairly statistically then, so just taking 1 success out makes sense. So you will get 2 6-up saves. No, so you fail both of those. Now I get to hit with my General of the Empire, and we'll just give it a second because we'll get his stats. Alrighty ho. So my Commander of the Empire is a General, so I have 3 attacks. He's got the Sword of Battle, which gives him +1 attack. Now he's weapon skill 5 versus the Knight Goblin Champion's weapon skill of 2. So he's actually hitting you on 2s because I'm double +1. So he's dropped 1. And then he's going to wound you on 3s because he is strength 5 with the Sword of Battle, but the unit's been netted, so he becomes strength 4. So he's got 2. That will kill the Night Gobbo champion. I just take the model from the back. He just means you've lost your champion. You're just going to like swap them around, are you? Yeah, that's cool. And then you lose 1 more guy on top of that as well.
Or do the runes spill over?
Oh, no, they don't. You're right, sorry. You just lose, you've just got an extra wound there for combat res. Now, speaking of combat res, I need to work it out. So you killed 1 guy, and you've got, can you check if you're close or open order for me, please? Okay, so you killed 1 guy. I did 4 wounds, essentially.
Yeah.
You're close order, so you get a rank bonus. I'm close order. You've got a banner. I've got a banner.
Yeah.
But you can get a rank bonus of 2.
Yeah.
So you get 2 there, and I only get a rank bonus of 1.
How can you get a rank bonus of?
Because I've not got, even though I'm close order,
Yeah.
you don't include the first rank.
Right, okay.
So after the first rank,
3, then.
but you only can get up to +2 with close order.
Oh, right, okay.
Horde,
So I've lost them.
Horde gives you another potential +1. So close order hordes are actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Which I think Bretonnian men-at-arms are. And let me tell you, Bretonnian men-at-arms are OP.
Yeah.
People don't believe it, but they are. Anyway, so you get 5, and I've got 7. So I win the combat by 2. I think that's actually a bit of a surprise, but I think what that shows is spears are quite a good defensive weapon.
Yeah, and shit on the charge.
Dog shit on the charge. Good on the very good on the defense. Now, your leadership of your Night Goblins is what? With the Shaman.
The Shaman gives them 6, I believe.
Double checking, furiously checking.
Is he an odd git or an odd knob?
He's an odd git.
5.
So your leadership 3 now. Hey! So all that happens is you give ground. A little bit of ground, give him. That's actually really good. So you go back, essentially. The wall's slightly in the way, but we'll just move it for our game purposes because I don't think it blocks you because you can't go over it. So you are going to move 2 inches back.
Yeah.
That's not too shabby, though. Not too shabby at all. And then, yeah, that's it. But you have
to follow up.
I can choose to follow up now.
Even though I've passed, I still have to give ground.
Yes. So what happens is you lost the combat.
Yeah.
But you passed your modified leadership.
Yeah.
So you give ground. If you had passed your unmodified leadership of 5,
yeah,
you would have fallen back in good order.
Yeah.
And if you had failed completely, if you'd rolled over 5,
yeah,
you would have fled.
Right.
I wanted to flee there, Simon. It would have been such a turn for the books if I'd got a flea on you. But it is what it is. All right, so that is the turn over there. Now that's the turn.
Yeah.
So the Gobbos see the fanatics going in, and they're like, yeah. They're like charging in, and the Empire are like, hold, men! And they hold, and the Gobbos get obviously skewered on the ends of the spears, and like, boss, it ain't going how we thought. They still got some fight left in them, and then they fall back a little bit. But there's so many of them that they're still pretty convinced they're gonna win. But there's so many of them. All right, this game, I don't know how it's gonna go. It's my turn now. And I have a really difficult question, which is, do I charge you? Because we've just seen what spears are like on the charge. I'm not really into it. We'll have a little think, but we'll go over to, I was just about to say guard then. We'll go over to Empire, turn 4. After being deceived by the Goblins, Cannon has reformed, hoping against hope that the state troops will be able to... Look at this, these 2 lovebirds here. Come on, Sir Kylo. You're such a floozy for Simon. Going back to the narrative, we've been deceived by the Boingy boys. The cannon has now moved this way. Now, the hope that I've got here is that I'll be able to take the charge from the Gobbos that when they come in, and as we saw, spears are very good defensively in that situation. And hopefully I'll just give ground. Hello, you. Good girl. At which point, I'll be able to bloody grape shot you, which will be quite tasty. Over here, we have actually gone for the charge, though. We moved the vortex. It did nothing. It moved an inch. And so that's it, really. So we've gone for the charge here, and we haven't gone for the charge here. We're just hoping. I wish that I could have this cannon as a detachment, because then when you charged in, I could grape shot you, but I can't. If I had a unit of handgunners here now, that would be really helpful, because I'd be like, eat lead, and then shoot you, but sadly not. And then this cannon over here reformed as well. It couldn't quite get the angle to shoot the gobbos in the side, so we've reformed it, and hopefully we will drive them, men, drive them, and we shall push the gobbos back there. But that's the movement. We've then got shooting. Naturally, sir, I'm going to put my archers into the goblins over there. So we haven't moved, but we are over long range. So we'll have 9 shots. 9 shots. These will be hitting on 5s. 1, 2, 3. A decent volley. In fact, it's very statistical. And then we'll be wounding on 4s. 1 whole wound. 6 up save. Hey!
Made a save.
Made a save. So now what we're going to do is summon you. As in, I'm going to launch magical bolts at you. Now, you can't dispel because you're in combat now.
Right.
And I do cast it. And you take 2d6 automatic hits. Oh, just 2.
What unit is this on?
You lose 1 gobbo over here.
What's the range on it?
I think it's 18, 21.
Because I was...
Am I not in range if it's...
No.
Oh, I'm not in range. You don't lose anyone. There you go.
You could have saved that crap roll for another time.
Oh, I could have done. Oh, well. So shooting ineffective, straight onto combat. I challenge you, sir. Now, you can just not accept with your sorcerer, but then I'll get to wail on your unit.
Okay.
Or you can accept with your sorcerer, who will probably die, but then I won't kill as many from the squad.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. That's going to... You're going to kill...
Got 4 attacks. I'll probably kill 2 or 3 like last time.
Yeah, see, I'm thinking, are you going to have enough... Are you going to kill 3 between the first rank and him or not?
I'd like to hope so.
Yeah.
Do you net me?
That's a good point.
Do you net me? No, you net yourself. Oh, it's all falling apart. We knew that was going to come up at some point in the game. So now you are strength 2.
Yeah.
So you're wounding me on 5s.
Yeah.
Still hit me on the normal amount.
I may as well not accept the challenge.
So your sorcerer,
yeah,
your mage in pure infamy, not infamy, in pure shame, has moved to the back of the unit, doesn't get to fight. Yeah. So I'm going to fight you with my general. So he's going to hit you on 2s, hit you all the times, and he's going to wound you on 2s now. And he's killed 4 goblins. And then I'm going to strike with my front rank of dudes, which will be 6 dudes. And then we're going to hit you on 3s. Hit you 3 times. And we're going to wound you on 4s. 1 wound. Which kills another one. So you lost, was that 5 in total?
Yeah.
5 in total. Now you get to strike me back. Now, you've lost 5 from the front rank, so you'll get, and he's not, I think he goes to the back, yeah, but I think someone takes his place. So you get 1, 2, 3, he doesn't actually move, but he'll be back there in a moment.
Well, thematically.
Thematically, fine. I embrace the thematicism, so you get 3 attacks, plus the second rank.
13
is it's 8, so 11.
Sorry, yeah.
11. These sneaky gits trying to get more bloody attacks in. So you get 11 attacks. You're going to hit me on 4s, and you're going to wound me on 5s. Okay, not bad. These spears are so good when you're on the defense.
Yeah, I need to wound you now.
Yeah, here we go. Here are the 5s coming in. After you netted yourself, just 2. Didn't make a big difference netting yourself, actually. I don't think it would have made any difference to your... you kind of got away with it. You just rolled like badly is what I'm saying. 2 5-up saves. No, I do lose 2 guys. All right, that's pretty big. So that will be combat there. So I killed 5 and you killed 2. Yeah. I have a banner. You have a banner. I'm close order. You're close order. I don't have any ranks, and you have 2 intact ranks. So you get 6, and I get 7. So you've only lost by 1. So I don't believe you get to use your boss's leadership now, though.
So 5 then. Oh.
So it's a 4 now, I believe. Check your basic Night Goblin leadership. They're pretty shocking. Your basic Night Goblin, not your Shaman. They're really not happy when they're not being led by someone.
Yeah, 4.
So you leadership 3 again. We've definitely failed. You've big time failed. So you flee, and you roll 2d6, and I get to roll 2d6. You got a 9, didn't you?
Yeah.
You fled quite a long way. Drive them, men! Yes! The goblins are cut down to a man! Simon's not happy. Well, it's a fun game, to be fair.
These are definitely getting sold to shit.
No, if you're selling them, I'm keeping them. I'll buy them off you, man. Don't you worry about that.
Terrible.
They're not terrible. The Fanatics did so well.
They did so well, and then the remnants of the unit just killed the full unit.
I think lesson learned here is don't give up yet. See what happens over here.
Yeah.
I think the big difference here is they didn't have a combat character in. And I think, and it's the same with my state troops. How many of my state troops kill? Fucking 1 or 2?
Yeah.
It's infantry are just buses for characters.
Yeah.
And so the thinking here is not, oh, I'm just going to sack them off. The thinking is, how can I get more combat characters in there? And then and your characters are so much cheaper than mine, you can just slice and dice.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I went 9. So they are all dead, which is a big deal. But we do now have Goblin turn 5. And can you kill me over here? Because if you do, that's a big swingaroo. If you can get that big block of infantry, then at the end, then it's gonna be going into sort of the final turns. I'm gonna have maybe 1 cannon that'll be able to hit you, 1 bunch of archers, and a little bit of infantry. It ain't ogre till it ogre. Let's remove some goblins and get charging. With the goblin right flank shattered, it falls to Big Boss Snicksnack to bring these Umis to heal. And he has charged in with his, I'm gonna make them sound better than they are, Royal Bodyguard of Night Goblins. I think what we saw happen over here is about to happen again, but on the reverse. I think the Empire are going to get smashed here. Because I haven't got any decent combat characters on this flank, frankly. And then also we have the Boingy Boys have boinged back. They just basically lured my cannon into not getting to fire for a turn or so, and now they're just a 10-inch charger. And obviously they can't charge this turn, but next turn you could if Simon rolls a 10 on 3d6, which he should be able to do on average, he will run into the cannon and he should be able to chomp it. So both sides are getting absolutely decimated in this battle. We'll have to see. What happens. I think this combat, pivotal. I think if I lose the unit, that's a big deal. I think if I flee and you can capture my battle standard, which is worth 100 points, that could be pretty big. Because I've wiped out your cheaper unit. This is your megabus. So let's find out. So we'll go, you've got no magic, you've got no shooting, straight into combat. Here we are. And you're going to, do you want to issue a challenge?
No.
No, so you're not going to issue a challenge. I could issue a challenge to you, but I don't know if you could. I think you just cut my BSB down. So no challenges.
Yeah.
No challenges. So you're going to strike first, and you want to strike the big boss first.
Let's do the nets.
I'll do the nets. Okay, yeah. You've not entangled yourself. You have entangled me. That's not ideal. So let me just bring the... 1 second, bring the camera around here properly. There we go. So big boss fighting first. Now, he has the battle axe of the last war, which gives him D6 extra attacks.
So it's D6 plus 3. Is he a big boss or a war boss?
He's a war boss. I gave you the big
D6
boy.
plus 4.
So the D6 first. Now you get that is the perfect roll, because if you roll a 6, you get the 6 attacks, but then it runs out of power. rolling a 5 is the best because you still get to use the axe in subsequent turn.
dramatic.
Yeah, it goes all in one go basically.
Right, so hit it. So
What's your weapon skill?
weapon skill is 5.
I'm weapon skill 3, so you're hitting me on 3s. Okay, so you've rolled a few misses there. But what's your strength?
Strength is 4.
The battle axe will give you at least +1 strength.
Yeah.
Probably more than that, so you're going to be on 2s. Okay, so that will be 4 through. I believe it's AP more than 1, but just go to the back of the Orc and Goblin bit to find the weapons. It's near the back. Keep going. If you hit the Beastman, you've gone too far, basically. There we go. Yeah, there we go. So it's one more page. Should be there. Top of the page. Battle axe, the big war. It's AP -2. Yeah, perfect.
Strength +2.
So you've killed 4 guys. Just wiped out 4 in one go. All right. So that's 4 less attacks that I can do to you. And then you've got the rest of your goblins, and you've got a rank of 8.
Got a war boss in there as well, haven't I?
Oh, you've got a big boss in there. Yes. Tell you what, give me a second. I'll check to see if I gave him a good magic sword.
Yeah.
So we've checked. He has not got a special weapon. I went for defensive items on him because he was your BSB.
What does my banner do as well?
Gives you +1 weapon skill, so you hit me on 4s. That means I only hit you on 4s back,
Okay,
which makes a big difference.
So 3s, 3 attacks.
Hitting on 3s, 3 attacks with the big boss. He's got 3 hits. Strength.
Strength is 4.
So winning on 3s again. Make them pass them all. Well, wound with them all, I should say.
Yeah.
Then I get a 5 up save. I stop 1. 2 more gone down. So this is not looking ideal for the Empire, to say the least.
1, so it'd be 8 -2 +1 is
7. So 7 attacks from the Gobbos. You're now hitting on 4s and you're wounding on 4s. So you get 3 hits. And you get 2 wounds. And I pass one of those saves. So if you look, the damage that was done here, and I think this is a really good example of like where the damage comes from in infantry.
Definitely the characters.
Your 2 characters killed 600% more, 6 times what the unit did. So that's why I was confident over here, and that's why I'm not very confident over here. Now that is all of your attacks. I have lost 6 guys, 7 guys even, but I get to fight in 2 ranks.
Yeah.
So we've got my BSB guy who gets to fight you. He's got 2 attacks. He's going to hit you on 3s, 2 hits, and he's going to wound you. His strength. He's got the Sword of Might.
Yeah.
So he's still wounding you on 3s.
Yeah.
1 wound. I don't believe there's an AP, so I think you get a 6 up save. Nope. So you've lost
1.
a Gobbo, and then I've got the back rank basically doesn't get to fight, and 1 guy on the front rank. So I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spearman attacks coming in here. I get, because you're the same weapon seat, that's what you're back.
Made a big difference.
Big difference there. Now wounding on 5s, no wounds. So let's work out this combat.
Jeez, they make a huge difference to characters.
Yeah. Simon's like, maybe they won't get sold.
Well, the night goblins, I'll just have an army full of characters.
Go full hero hammer. I don't mean to alarm you. I believe you can mount characters on mangler squigs.
I don't think you can. You can put them on giant squigs.
Giant squigs,
Yeah,
okay.
I've got one of those.
Well, there we go. It's all starting to come around. So you killed 7. I killed 1. You've got a banner. I've got a banner. You've got a BSB. I've got a BSB, but I've also got the war banner, which gives me an extra 1. That's its ability. And I'm close order. You're close order. I've got a rank, and you've got 2 ranks.
Yeah.
So I got in total 6, and you got in total. You beat me by 6, so not ideal. So what I'm looking for here is I'm leadership 8 with my captain leading it. Unfortunately, I believe I'm out of the command range of my guy. It's leadership 9, so I'm not going to be within 9 inches there.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for an 8 or less. So I'm going to use my BSB to re-roll that. And I've passed. Now I haven't passed my modified leadership, but I am going to fall back in good order, which will be it's 2d6 picking the highest, and you can follow up 2d6, picking the lowest. So I'm going to fall back 3 inches. Now you can choose to chase me, and all that happens is we reconnect, or you can choose to restrain, which means you don't have to chase me up.
Okay. So the advantage of that would be you would have to charge me.
I'd have to charge you.
But you could shoot me with...
I could shoot you in the fucking face with a cannon.
So I'm going to follow you up.
You want to follow me up, yeah, for sure.
So
you want to get
2d6.
You want to try and get a 3, which you have done. So we'll basically, you're going to push me back 3 inches, which is about there.
Yeah.
And then you're going to, well, we'll do this. I can't do this one-handed. Do you want to? Yeah, you're going to follow me up 3 inches to there. All right. So you pushed me back a bit, but I can't do anything about it. This is looking grim. All I need to do, Si, is hold on. And as long as my banner has not fallen, as long as my unit has not fallen, there's a chance that I won't lose too many points here. But if I flee off the table or get pushed off the table, then that won't be ideal. Whoa, it's brutal. I wish it was 40k and I could just I'll just fall back, but I can't. I can't do that. All right, we are going to go over to Empire, turn number 5. As we enter the penultimate turn of this game, there's a cat on the table. Hello, you.
Fanatic.
Yeah. Oh, it's a cutie pie. Yeah, you are. There you go. Do you want to come and see what's going on? Okay. So we've got the Night Goblins. Just completely in the shot, aren't you? That's all right. Go on. Can I do a little bit of filming now? Is that okay? Go on. Good girl. Excellent. So we've done the Empire turn. I've reformed and moved the cannon back. I should have stayed where I was, but I'm pretty certain that Simon is not going to try and hide the squigs now because he's got one last turn to do something with them. So he's going to have to roll now a 12 on 3d6 to boing into the cannon. If he doesn't do it, I'll get to grape shot him, and that. So it's pretty bit of a Mexican standoff over here, but it's about to go hot. Over here, you followed up into me. I can't do anything about it. I reformed over here, and I could only because of it was quite a twist on the reform. It meant that I could only go a few inches forward after I'd done it. And then I couldn't really do anything over here, except for I've chosen at the start of any subphase to sack off the vortex because, yeah, it wasn't going anywhere anytime soon. And there's nothing else I can do. So it's going to be a very quick turn 5. Do I hold or do I not? That's it. That's all it comes down to. So, Simon, as you followed up, you will count as charging.
Yes.
And as I move back 3 inches and you followed up 3 inches, you'll still have +3 to your initiative.
Yeah.
So, do you want to issue a challenge?
Yeah.
Do I want to issue a challenge? The BSB guy, he's only got 2 wounds, but he has got full plate armor with a shield with a 6-up save. Your AP 2 on your attacks. Oh, it's so risky. No, I'm just going to hold. I'm going to try and my plan is just to try and hold, and in ideal situation, just give ground or fall back only a little bit so I can then hit you in the flank with my infantry.
I could still get cock my netters up, which is...
Yes, you could. Well, shall we find out? Oh, you've said it. So you have netted yourself. Now, it's not a big deal because the characters are still strong enough to get a lot of the damage through. So you're not issuing a challenge. I'm not issuing a challenge. So your boss gets to get an extra d6 attacks. 2. It's not great, but it hasn't run out of power, which is the big thing. So I believe you're on, was it 4 attacks?
Yeah, so 6 in total.
6 in total. You're hitting me. What's your weapon skill? 5. Oh, you're fine. You hit me on 3s. You're not double +1 my weapon skill. So 2 misses. And then now your strength 5. So you're still wounding me on 2s. Yeah, so 3 wounds, 3 dead. I don't get a save against this. It's just too powerful.
And the other guy?
And then the other boss, now he gets 3 attacks. He's hit me on 3, so he got 2 hits. And he's wounded me on 4s now because he's been netted. So 1 wound. It's just a hand weapon, so 5-up save. No. So I lose 1 more. That's a big deal because now I've lost my rank bonus. All right. And then you've got the Gobos themselves, we know is 7 attacks based off last time. You're hitting me on 4s, and you're wounding me now on 5s because you netted yourself. Hey, nice.
That made up for the hit roll, to be fair.
Yeah, to be fair. And I passed one of those as well. So not as many dead this time, only 5. All right, so I will at least get to jab you back a little bit. Now, me fighting back, I've got my BSB. He's got 2 attacks. He's hit you both times. He's going to be strength 5 with the Sword of Might, so wounding on 2s. 2 wounds. I don't think you get. I think you get. Roll your dice. See if you get a 6. You don't, so it doesn't. We're not going to worry about it. So 2 gobbos died there, and then I've got my attacks back. Now we lost 5, but that means which is essentially the front rank.
Yeah.
But then we've got the sergeant who will get an attack, 2 attacks, and then we'll get 3 of the guys. So it'll be 5 attacks in total. So 5. I'm hitting you on 4s. Okay, not bad. And then I'm wounding you on 4s. 2 wounds, 2 6-ups. Come on, lads. Jab a couple of them gobbos. Ooh, you saved one as well. All right, so that's combat.
Yeah.
So you got 5 kills.
Yeah.
And I got 3 kills.
Yeah.
You are close order. I am close order. You have a unit standard. I have a unit standard. You have a BSB. I have a BSB, but my BSB is the war banner, so I get an extra one. You have got 2 intact ranks, and I have no intact ranks. So it's 7 to 10, so I lose the combat by 3. Now I am just in range of my general's command aura now, so I will be on leadership 9, modified leadership 6. So what I really want. Did you for? Oh, it's my turn. I was about to say, yeah, you're bound the next turn. Got ahead of myself there. So I ideally want a 6 or below here, so I can just give ground. That would be the ideal result. No, so I will use my BSB. To me, men! Oh no, it's a flea! That could change the game. So 2d6. I'm going to flee 6 inches. It's not very far. You get to pursue. I don't think I'm quite off the table, but I might be. Oh, I am just off the. So I'll be just off the table. So do you want to test to restrain, or do you want to?
If you're off the table, does that mean you're off?
I'm gone. I'm dead. Right, yeah, okay. I'm dead. But do you want to test to restrain? If you do, you can then reform for next turn.
Right. Yes, I'll test to do that.
Okay, test to restrain. You've not made it.
Simple.
So
do I not get to re-roll that with my BSB?
I think you do. You still not made it. So now you have to pursue me. 2d6. Which you don't actually catch me, yeah. But I think you still scoop up my standard and everything. Yeah. We'll check that in a moment. So I've lost my. All I needed was anything. Just a 9 would have done, but a 10 followed by an 11 is not going to help. You're going to go forward. What was that? 7 inches. Now I have some panic to do. Sorry, panic test. I pass. I'm leadership. I believe I'm leadership 7 on my cannon, but I will double check that. If not, they will definitely flee off the board as well. Ah, it's such a shame. I was hoping that the line would hold, but apparently not. Right, let's sort these guys out going 7 inches forward, and then let's see where we end up. Beginning of Goblin turn. Simon has reformed his goblins here. We checked it, and you can actually reform no issue, even if there's an enemy unit near you. It's just marching that you need to do a leadership test. So Simon said, oh, I'll just reform, and now he's ready to potentially take on a charge that I can do to him over there. And then we checked the reform rules, and I realized I'd actually cheated you, Simon, because when I reformed, even though I only pivoted about 90 degrees, it still uses your whole movement. So I pushed my guys back 3 inches there. 3 or 4 inches there. But that's it, really. There's no charges going off. Or is there? Bounding past the trees. Oh, as I pick one up, they would fall over. There we go. Bounding past the trees. We have got the Boing Boys. Now, Simon needs to get a 12 on 3 dice to get to the cannon. We check the cannon's leadership. it did pass. Just on a 7. So Simon, you've not made a long one of these yet.
I was going to say they've been pretty useless at these.
Is this the revenge for the Mangler Squig? No. So you're going to bounce 8 inches towards me, and I'm going to shoot you in the face.
Do I have to commit to where I'm going before I start boinging? Yeah.
I think you probably have to pick a direction and boing in that direction. I think so. Oh, well, no, it's random movement. We'll check the random movement rules because
if not, I'm not gonna.
You're not gonna boing towards me. But I think you randomly move into combat. You'll definitely random move. We'll check the big rule book. We know that if you were trying to get into me, you'll go that way, and if you can, you'll hide behind the trees.
Yes,
if possible. Okay. But that is your turn, Simon. The final turn of the Boingy Boys. So let's find out what. There's no combat. There's no nothing. So we'll double check this over here, and then we'll be back with the Empire final turn. A quick turn 6, I say. So we've double checked the random movement, and it doesn't say you have to charge. In fact, you don't charge. You just bounce. You just move. And because they're skirmishers, they're like a Warhammer 40k model. They're just going to boing behind the trees. Good use of the random movement and the skirmisher rule to protect your victory points, sir. Excellent. So
I have the odd good idea here.
The odd git. So then we come over to the Empire turn, and it's quite simple, really. I'm over 10 inches here, so I can't charge. So we end up just facing off against each other, and the only thing I can do is shoot you. Now, if I get a phenomenal shooty here, I could force a panic test.
Yeah.
And you're not great leadership.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
That will be completely on brand.
That would be completely on brand indeed. So let's go for the bows first. Now I believe we're over 12 inches. You want to double check for me, Si, if we're over?
Yeah, if they're at 10, over 10, they're going to be over 12, I
yeah,
guess.
I'm pretty certain. He's not quite that far down the hill as well. Yeah, so definitely over 12. So we've got 9 bow shots, hitting on 5s. Well, it wasn't a phenomenal round of shooting. It was a very middling amount of shooting. Yes, you pass the save. No. Okay, but that's not it. That's not it. Magic. All right.
The sac magique.
The sac magique. Oh dear.
That should really be the Bretonians.
Yeah, she's from Bretonia. Well, maybe she's from
That's
Bretonia.
what I'm going to call my Bretonian damsel.
The sac magique.
The sac magique.
All right.
That Tiny Tots, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, you remember that?
I was just around for Tiny Tots. Just around. So, 2d6. Needing a 6 or higher. A pass. You can fated dispel. So you want to try and just roll as high as possible. You haven't done it. Right, so what I want here is 12 hits, 12 wounds. And if I do that, and you panic, yeah. Oh, it's not bad. It's not bad. Okay, so we're wounding you on 3s. We're killing you on 3s now. All right, come on. No! So I kill 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, you started off with 8, 16, 24, 32.
Yeah.
So I haven't done it. I needed to kill... if you had 30 in the unit, that would have been enough. But you had over 30. And so that's it. If only my arrows had killed a couple more. Good game, Simon. Excellent game, sir. We shall tot up the points and find out who takes today's field of battle. And lo, the battle has come to an end. Both sides exhausted after many hours of furious combat. To be honest, there wasn't that much close combat, but there was a lot of wacky stuff going on in this game. What we'll do is we'll take you through the victory points for both sides, and then we'll have a few final thoughts. So, in total, the Empire was able to score 612 victory points. We got 120 for killing the Night Goblin Shaman. We got 268 points for killing the full big unit of Night Goblins with their fanatics. And then we got 79 points for killing the Squig Herd, 95 points for killing the Mangler Squig, and 50 points for capturing one enemy standard. The Gobbos got 131 points for killing the Empire Captain, And then because he had a standard, they got plus 50 points for that. And because it was a BSB, they got another plus 50 bonus points on top of that. They also wiped out the 29 state troops, which gave them 218 points, and they captured the standard, so they got 50 points for that. And then you were able to kill the archers for 70 points for a total of 569 points. 43-point difference, which is not enough for a victory. So in total, after all that, it was a draw. Oh my days. And we've got the survivors of the battle in front of us. And I thought what would be kind of funny is we've got the banners that were captured by the Gobos on this side and the banner that was captured by the Empire on this side. I have to say, I feel like the banners you've captured look a lot better than the bit of metal with 3 mushrooms sticking out of the top, which is with my banner. So it was a pretty good battle. I had a lot of fun, and it was crazy how it ended up being a draw. The big difference. Do I have the wrong thing? Yeah. Oh, I've got the big. Yes, we've got the big orange face.
Yeah, I was giving you the musician.
Oh, fair enough. Well, I still, as impressive as the big orange face is, I still think that those banners are slightly more regal. I don't like the boss. One of my cats sir, we captured the enemy standard. He's like, what is this? So that I really enjoyed that game. That was our second game of Old World, and this one ended in a draw. I think last time we sort of called it a draw because we got so much wrong. We weren't sure what happened, but the Gobos ended up being a little bit ahead. But this time it was a stone cold draw, no doubt about it. And I think the defining swingy moment was me failing that leadership. Failing the rerollable 9 leadership. Yeah. If I had passed that, you would have not got that was literally a 450 point swing, if not a 500 point swing. Because up until that point, the only thing you would have got points for was the archers.
Yeah, that's true.
Then you got the captain and the BSB and the standard and the state troops. It was all in that one unit. Oh my god! But yeah, that was I have to say, there was a lot of squeaky bum time moments in that game when the cannons grape shotted the squigs and the squigs fled, and then when the fanatics were released, I thought there's no way I'm going to recover from this. It's difficult, but the troops of the Empire, the start line isn't that impressive, but they held the line, which was kind of good. We will be doing a full in-depth final thoughts in a moment, but I'll just say quick 60 seconds from Git Boss Simon. What were your thoughts on that game overall? Any bits that stood out to you?
Night Goblins are terrible. Terrible unit, but it was quite good learning actually. I think it's stacking up slightly different, and cannons scare the living bejesus out of me.
I found the grape shot was in many ways the scarier part. Yeah, really big deal.
I can definitely imagine that a point where people will be smashing to potentially find
as many cannons as possible.
Yeah, that's potentially. It's one game we've played with them, but I can certainly see.
They didn't do as much damage as I expected at range. It was the grape shot that was terrifying.
Makes charging them very scary, especially if you've got a small. Can you imagine trying to charge them with some Bretonian knights?
A man can dream.
I guess that's the point that you have to.
What you're saying is cannon beat horse.
Well, yeah, it's charging light brigade or charging the squig hoppers. Thankfully, the squig hoppers can think better of it.
The squig hoppers were a really interesting unit. I have to say, whilst they may not have done a huge amount, their random movement was a wild card. And it meant that they were, because it's random movement and because they're skirmishers, they're so mobile.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll go down this flank and charge the cannon. It's like, oh no, I won't. I'll just go and hide instead. Yeah. So yeah, because you can just decide where they go afterwards. If it was random movement in a random direction.
Yeah. There's enough randomness as it is.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah. But no, overall, I thought that was a really good game. Simon, thank you so much for coming down. Like I said, if you're interested, we're going to do, like we did last time, because we're learning a lot about Old World every time we play it. Rather than extending this video for like another 30 minutes or so, we'll actually be doing a separate video with some in-depth thoughts on this game and Old World now that we've got a couple of games under our belt. So if you want to see that one, please keep an eye out for it. It'll be coming out at a similar time to this one. So there we go. But I just want to say, I hope you guys enjoyed it. We made a big effort to make sure we had the models fully painted this time. And we also tried to get a lot more of the rules right. Now, I'm sure we still made some mistakes, and I fully encourage, in fact, I implore everyone who watches this video, if they do notice that we got something wrong, please let us know. I like to think we've come on a long way since the last one, but we still have a long way to go, and we do want to try and make sure that we get things right, because it's nothing more frustrating than someone making the same mistakes over and over and over again when you're watching a battle report. I tell you what was a big difference though, having the rule books. So much easier just being able to have the paper book in hand. I think that's definitely helped a lot. This is where it turns out I got an absolutely shitload of rules wrong and everyone's lambasted out the comments, but it definitely helped, like checking things like fanatics and whatnot. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this battle report. Please leave lots of comments below. Let us know what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. We do now have 2 50 point armies fully painted, as you can see, and we can make a few more steps to get the movement trades stuff sorted out. But I guess the big question is, what do you guys want to see next? Do you want to see do you want to see us expand these forces where we can have more goblins and whatnot, or do you want to see us move on to new armies? Do you want to see me start working on some Bretonians, maybe some chaos, some beastmen, or do we start looking at some dwarves?
No.
Oh mate,
no.
I am fully dwarf pilled right now. I've been looking at berserker dwarf lords.
No,
they're insane.
No.
You thought Empire Captains are good, mate. I will happily spend 300 points on a dwarf lord and he'll take your army on by himself. But yeah, let us know what you thought, any feedback on rules, and of course what factions you want to see us play. I want to say a big thank you to Simon for coming down and playing. It's always a pleasure, and it was a big help in bringing his Gloomspite kits. I also want to say a big thank you to everyone that supports the channel just by tuning in and watching and liking the videos, subscribing, all of that good stuff. And of course, everyone who goes above and beyond the Call of Duty with the Patreon and the channel membership. The membership, the Patreon, all that kind of stuff, it is the lifeblood of the channel. We couldn't do this without it. We couldn't expand into Old World. We just wouldn't be able to do it. So thank you to everyone that has supported the channel and allows us to explore more game systems, more armies, and just generally bring you more content for your viewing pleasure. But that's all for now. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you'll tune in to the Deep Thoughts After Action report. And of course, as always, see you guys next time.